Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutza, and welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and procedure for preparing buttermilk biscuits. Although growing up in southwestern Pennsylvania in a Hungarian and Slovak household, buttermilk biscuits were not part of my normal meal. However, 20 years ago while working in Georgia, I've grown quite fond of biscuits and gravy and crave them during the winter from time to time. So join me now as I show you how easy it is to make these flaky, flavorful biscuits. Now I'd like to say thank you to all of the current subscribers. Your support is greatly appreciated. And for those of you joining for the first time or repeat visitors and have not yet subscribed, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be up to date with all of our latest posts. Let's get baking. Well, to begin, let's get ourselves a medium size stainless steel bowl, and let's add our all-purpose flour. And then I like to add my baking powder, baking soda, and I have sugar and salt. Go ahead and then whisk this together, and we're just trying to evenly distribute all of the dry ingredients. Now that all of our dry ingredients are evenly distributed, let's go ahead and add our butter. Make certain that the butter is very cold. I leave mine in the refrigerator, and on occasion we'll actually put it in the freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes prior to adding to the flour. Also, I like to spread mine out around a little bit so it doesn't clump all up into one section. And feel free to start mixing it with your hands if you like, breaking down the butter. However, I recommend not doing that simply because your body heat will melt the butter and get it really soft, and that's definitely something we don't want to do. So we'll have our little pastry cutter, and let's go ahead and bust it up. There you have it. We have our butter busted up, and it's a little chunky and gravelly, and that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for a well-worked mixed dough. There's some critical points to when making biscuits, the dough. Rule number one is your ingredients must be cold, your butter and your buttermilk. And number two, never overwork the dough. So now that we have this mixture ready to go, let's go ahead and add our buttermilk. I have about a cup of buttermilk, a little more than a cup. I'm not going to use it all. I'm going to reserve a little because I want to brush the biscuits after we get them made and cut. So now go ahead and fold in your liquid. Now I'm not trying to overmix anything, just kind of taking my dry goods or dry materials and just kind of folding it into wherever you see wet spots and things like that. So, and now it's kind of, really shredded looking or shaggy looking, and that's where we want to be. You don't want to mix any further than this. And now that we have the dough mixed like so, it will be a little sticky, so be careful. Let's go ahead and take our workspace and get a little flour down. And then take our dough and just pour it out into the floured area. Now, I like to flour my fingertips a little bit, keep the kind of mess at bay. So let's go ahead and push your dough together. Now let's add a little flour to our rolling pin and go ahead and gently roll it up. Now what I like to do is let's take our bench scraper, very handy tool, let me tell you. Let's go ahead and lift up our dough and fold it over into thirds like so. Then go ahead with the other side, fold that over as well. Let's spin this 90 degrees. Feel free to throw a little more flour under there if you need. And then let's go ahead and repeat our rolling process. I got that rolled out. Let's do one more rolling. Get a little more flour at the bottom. Flip it and go ahead and roll it one last time. Now we go ahead and take our cutter, and what you want to do is I like to call a punch cut. Just straight down and up. Down, up. Do not twist. If you turn and twist like this and cut through, what you're going to do is actually seal off the edges of the biscuit, and it's not going to be able to rise as it should. So let's cut these out. Set them off to the side for now. There you go. Now, for baking, I like to line a sheet pan with parchment paper and go ahead and lay your biscuits slightly touching each other. Because they touch each other, this is actually going to help with their growth, so to speak. As they start to rise, by being next to each other, they're going to help them rise a little on a more straight angle instead of kind of veering off and tilting. So now what I like to do is I will take some of my buttermilk and I brush the tops of the biscuit. Let's go ahead and insert this tray into a preheated oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake for approximately 12 to 15 minutes. Well, there you have my buttermilk biscuits. So buttery and flaky, they are really amazing. Now, the bake time on it will vary depending on your oven. I have a new range and it actually has the convection option, and that's how I baked mine. And it took a little closer to 16, 17 minutes to get to the colors where we were at. Very easy to make. This is a fun thing to do with kids. And, you know, just like playing with dirt, playing with dough is a lot of fun too. So thanks again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I brought some clarity to making biscuits and showing you how really easy it is to make at home. So enjoy. Yo,